work, when you are in control of it all, you've got all of these plates you've got spinning, and you're the one who's keeping them spinning. And when you do all of that, it takes very little faith to live because you're the one that you have the faith in. But when you give up control, it leads you to rely on the one who is in control. Jesus instructs them, at least in this particular instance, to forego all of the extra that they normally would pack to go on a journey, because he's teaching them to have faith in a God who will provide for them. And notice that Jesus is planning on God's provision to come through the generosity of strangers. But he's having them practice faith for when he is no longer with them, because the day is coming from that point forward soon when Jesus would no longer be with them. But the question that I want to ask you, a couple of them, when is the last time you found yourself actually practicing faith in God? When's the last time you found yourself having to rely upon God, and if God doesn't come through for you, you're in a lot of trouble? When's the last time you willingly practiced that? Or do you find yourself planning for every contingency, making arrangements for every possibility, and worrying yourself to death? You see, several times in the Gospels, Jesus tells us to not worry. Stop worrying. It won't add anything to your life. Why? Because worry is the antithesis of faith. Worry is the byproduct of trying to control everything in your life. It happens when you can't control the situation. However, faith is what happens when you surrender control over to Jesus. Jesus intentionally sends these 12 out where they're going to be forced to make a choice. They can either choose to worry the entire time that they're away as to what they're going to eat, where they're going to sleep, who's going to provide the next whatever. They can choose to worry the whole time as they do what God has instructed them to do, or they can surrender to what God has called them to do. You see, Jesus purposefully leads these 12 into a season of life where they have no control. And he does so to stretch them in their faith. Friends, let me tell you, to have faith in Jesus, it's not something you just magically